Yeah, hi everyone. So a massive thank you to the NHS. They're celebrating their birthday today. This video is dedicated to those guys who are on the front line saving more and more lives with this pandemic. So massive credit to the NHS. We love yous. So we're going to be talking about, you know what it is. It's Newcastle 2, West Ham 2. This is the last word. You must have seen this video by now. But we'll get onto that in a moment. But we have created a brand new public. We've come away from the private group now on Facebook and we've made it free. Our public group, there's a link in the description there. We've had over 130, I think it is, overnight. Join and we want more and more news involved and get typing in and post your comments and share your own news, banter. So have a look at that Facebook group. So please head over to that and have a look and join. Get in amongst the debate. Right, let's crack on with it because I know he's one E. Let's take a look at Newcastle's lineup. I was a little bit surprised Danny Rose didn't come in at left back. Having Menkio keeps his place, Emil Kraft kept his place at right back. Gale kept his place up top and Hayden come in midfield for obviously the injured Sean Longstaff. And West Ham, if I have a look at them, it was a very much an attacking side that David Moyes went out with. We know West Ham are struggling. Fantastic win over Chelsea. Very surprised not to see Yarmolenko start because he was the match winner. He'll probably feel a little bit hard done by. Quite similar probably to what you would probably say Lazaro for us, because I think Lazaro should be starting. More on him shortly. But we got off to a disaster start, and it's not the first time I've said that since lockdown. But the defence gets split open. Menkio has to be tighter, but he's not a natural left back. He can fill in there, but he's not tight to his man. The cross comes in and Jamal Lascelles, you've got to point the finger at the captain. Unfortunately, he's all over the place. His footing's wrong and Antonio's 8 yards out. Dubravka's got no chance. Antonio, who's versatile, powerful, can play up front, left, right. He'll play anywhere for the team. Put it up 1-0 up. West Ham 1-0 up. And the only positive probably from that is that you've got a long way to go in the game. And you don't have to worry as much. If it was later on, you'd probably be a little bit concerned. But to be honest, it probably changed, woke up a little bit, changed the way we play, because Shelvey was getting on the ball a lot more. We've seen obviously Saint-Maximin and Joe Linton switching wings. I don't feel either two had a great game today. But we got the equaliser from some fantastic build-up play. It's not often I say that, so I want to praise the build-up. A little bit interchange in the midfield. It goes out wide to Alan Saint-Maximin. He plays in Emil Kraft. We've criticised on this channel, I'm sure you have. Drills it in low, and then Miguel Miron gets in front of Ogbonna and puts Newcastle level with 1-1. West Ham will probably look at Ogbonna's marking, nobody picking up Almiron's run, but we're 1-1, and I think we deserved it because the play in the first half we really did pick up, but we went into half time 1-1. I think just a little bit earlier on before that, I think the drinks break stopped our momentum, but we went into half time 1-1 and thinking this is anybody's game. It really is anyone's game. But again, coming into that second half, I don't think the second half was as entertaining as the first, but West Ham have had a succession of a few corners, and the goal that they scored, when the corner comes in, Declan Rice powers it off the crossbar, and there's Souček free, and it's Jamal Lascelles again marking Souček. I know it's all about reactions. When it hits the bar, you've got to react to it, and the Czech international scores 2-2, and he puts West Ham 2-1 up, and I'm thinking, not again, man, not again. But it was literally, and David Moyes was furious. It was about 90 seconds to 2 minutes later, John Joe Shelvey scores against his boyhood club. A very much where West Ham looked a little bit asleep. If I'm being critical on the Hammers, they were looking across at the offside, but Pablo Fornells is playing everybody on, and Gale touches it at Shelvey, and Shelvey drills it bottom corner, and there's the equaliser. And it reminded me a little bit of when Shelvey scored against Sheffield United early on the season, just being switched on, play at the whistle, and Newcastle got that equaliser. And you've seen David Moyes on the touchline was absolutely furious with it. But I think as the game went on, West Ham were coming out because they need points more than us. We're safe. We're on 43 points now, and they had a lot of corners, and we had a lot of defending to do, and the game ended 2-2. I'd probably say that was probably a fair result. But we're safe. West Ham are fighting for their lives. I still think West Ham will stay up. I've said that a few times now. But before we hear from Bruce, I wanted to get Rob's thoughts on Valentino Lazaro, because Lazaro came in off the bench, produced the goods against Bournemouth, and doesn't get a start against, no disrespect to Leicester side, to West Ham, because we've got Man City next. After that, I can't see him playing against Man City. And I expect the question is, if you're playing a striker out wide, and you've got a natural winger who impressed, I have to question that selection. Rob, what about you?
And yet I think a player like Valentino Lazaro, who's been on the bench game in, game out recently, I think he certainly deserves a place in the starting 11. I'm not satisfied with Gale being up front, so put Joe Linton back there. I know that might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I think Joe Linton will find his mojo eventually, similar to how Miggy did back in the winter. But now that Miggy, he has found his niche, if you like, in that number 10 role. So that's freed up a place out on the left wing. And I just think the way forward to go with us now has got to be Lazaro and ASM on the wings. Lazaro's shown that he can be productive. He can be a bit of a breath of fresh air. And certainly whilst we've still got him on loan, I want to see him start for the remaining games of the season. I would love to have him on a permanent in the summer. But yeah, that has got to be the way forward, because Joe Linton's not very productive on the left. ASM, he wasn't quite at the races today, but I mean, every game, every player does not get a 10 out of 10 every game. Today, it wasn't a 10 out of 10 performance from him, but I think the way forward has got to be Lazaro and Saint-Maximin. And I think if we do that, we can pick up quite a few points to allow us to compete for a top half place.
See? Do you agree on that? Because I do. I'm coughing here. Right. Let's move on then. So let's get a bit of reaction from Steve Bruce.
Well, it's one thing, we've had a few bad days, of course, in the season, which unfortunately get regurgitated often up here, but the one thing you can't question is the spirit amongst them and that resilience. Never easy. I don't know how many times I've seen people come back. Not many. Not once, just twice. If you score first in the Premier League, the statistics are that I think it's something like nearly 80% that you're going to win the match. So I was delighted the way the response for everybody. And my first goal was straight off the training ground. Fair play to Clem and Aggers, who put on these sessions to free us up a bit and enjoy playing and have that freedom a little bit. And I thought the goal was a terrific goal, a really, really top goal for us. And I think that's our 10th goal in 4 games. So it's okay at the minute. We're doing okay, and long may that continue.
Okie dokie, then let's have a look at the league table. Where does that put us? Yeah, Newcastle are safe. West Ham, is that a good point on the roads? You'll probably ask the Hammers fans. Let us know in the comments down there below. But the games come thick and fast, as I mentioned. Get onto that Facebook group, which is now free, the public one. And we've got Manchester City on Wednesday. That's going to be a tough one. Away from home, that one. Is Bruce going to go back to 5? Please no. Please no. But we're optimistic. Right, that is your wrap, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. Good night. Take care.